What is up, you guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to another episode of our NBA 2K17 My Career series. And I think it's time we need to start picking things up a little bit. Like, I'm not talking about the amount of episodes I put out with this series. I'm kind of referring to the amount of games that I put in each one of these episodes, because you guys know I tend to stick to about 1 or 2 games each one of these that come out, and as long as I keep going at that pace, we're going to be at like episode 60 at the end of the season, and I'm not really trying to make it that many episodes. So I'm going to put 3 games of our season in this one video. Obviously, with that many, it's going to be kind of squeezed together, and you might not get to see obviously a whole lot of every single one of those games, but we're going to roll with it for now. We'll see how you guys like it, and if it turns out to be good, then obviously I'll continue to do that many games in one video. Might have to skip a couple of games here and there throughout the season as well, but we'll see how it goes, like I said. Anyways, you guys did just see a quick glimpse of the amount of minutes we do now have in our season. I'm sure you remember once we first got drafted, we were all the way at the bottom of that depth chart, getting hardly any minutes per game. But now we're currently up to number 7 on the team, getting about 18 minutes per game. So it's good to know we're making our way up in that chart for the team. And then with our player, I decided to go ahead and do a couple more upgrades. We were a 70 overall. We're now up to a 73. I put 4 levels on my shooting off dribble and 2 levels on my agility to make my guy a little bit faster. So once again, like I said, 3 games in one episode. We've got a ton of days to go through. Obviously, off camera, I got to go ahead and do a bunch of off days. I got to do all my practices, all those endorsement deals, all that good stuff. And then our 3 opponents we are facing in this episode. First off, we've got the Denver Nuggets. We're going to go ahead and play against the Wizards, and then the New York Knicks. So I'm going to go ahead, do a bunch of those practices, and then we're going to go ahead and face off against the Nuggets. Jumping into what is game number 1 of this episode, like I did say, we are playing against the Denver Nuggets, which is obviously a home game. And immediately at the start of this game, within 5 seconds, Al Horford is already drawing the foul and going to the free throw line. So skipping forward, you guys want to see what my character's playing. We jump into this, and the first time we see the court is about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. We currently do have a 4-point lead, up 18-14, and we get the pass right here. And I know, don't yell at me, I know I probably should have just went straight up for the dunk, but look, you guys know my character is like bad. Like, he's too short. I was expecting to get blocked there if I went right up for it, so at least I drew the foul. And okay, I guess that's what happens when you have a 69 free throw rating. You kind of brick all your free throws. Like, oh, I need to hurry up and get to these team practices, man. Like, I'm really sick and tired of missing my free throws. Like, I should not miss any of those, especially being a point guard. So immediately after drawing that foul, we could have had 2 points out of it if I just went up right up for a dunk or a layup, whatever my guy decided to do. But instead, we drew the foul, only made 1 for 2 on our free throws. But as we move forward into this game, I was definitely starting to feel my character a lot more. Like, I was definitely getting more comfortable with the way that he ends up scoring and just the type of shots I need to take with this guy, because I do have another character that I play just for fun, which is a shooting guard, and he can make a 3 from anywhere. It's ridiculous. So transitioning over to this point guard where he kind of sucks, it's a little difficult trying, finding where his hot spots are and exactly what kind of shots this guy can make. And as we get the steal, my guy is out here putting people on posters now, and we seriously just bricked the N1. Like, come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, my guy should not be this bad. Like, I should never miss a free throw. You guys can see at the top right, my free throw percentage so far is 57%. That's disgusting, dude. It should be like a 95% or something like that. But we get the nice steal, and we put, I don't even know who it was, wasn't paying attention. We put him on a poster, get the and one. And as we head into halftime, Gallinari here hits it at the buzzer, which only leads us with another 4-point lead. So they've stuck in this the entire game since, we first checked into the game at the first quarter. And like I said, I'm starting to figure out how my character plays. We get the nice behind the back, go up for a dunk. I don't know why my guy is dunking so much, because I'm not that tall. I don't remember how tall I made this character. I'm pretty sure it wasn't much more around the 6-foot mark, so I'm not too sure why my guy is, out here just dunking like he's a madman. But at the end of the third quarter, we do finish things off up 94-77. We have a pretty good lead against these guys, and as the fourth quarter rolled on, that was the next time we checked into the game with a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. It was just too far at this point. We were up by 14 points, only a minute and a half left. There's no way that these guys can come back. and we continue on by bricking our free throws, dude. Like, we need to stop doing this. Like, I need to hurry up and get to those team practices, work on that free throw, and start getting that stat up so I can stop missing some points. However, our first game here against the Nuggets, we did pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, finally starting to understand how to score with this guy, and we get our highest scoring total of the season so far, which was 25 points. Almost had that double-double with the assist as we get the victory.
What's up, Steve?
What's going on, Prez? Guys back in the studio want to talk to you.
Perfect. And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan player of the game, Prez.
Great going tonight with your scoring. Did you come into the game with the mentality of saying, you know what, I'm going to be more aggressive tonight?
Man, you know, I mean, I'm just out there playing my game, and sometimes that leads to a lot of points, other times it doesn't. I guess I had a lot of opportunities tonight and then was able to take advantage, so there's not really much more to it than that.
Well, yeah, man, if you keep up that mentality and you stay aggressive, I think that you'd have these opportunities more often.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
So how about that? We get our first Jordan player of the game as well, scoring 25 points. And like I said, we just needed one more assist to get our first double-double as well. But anyways, regardless, that was definitely our best game of the season that we've had so far. And like I said, I instantly went to the team practice to work on these free throws, man. And look, I even suck in the team practices when I work on my free throws. The 10 attempts, I only had 11 points, and like the highest you can get by doing that drill is like 30. Obviously, that's if you swish it every time, and I got 11 points. Like, my dude needs to work on it. But every team practice, I just got to do my free throws, and we're going to go up +1 every time in the stat. I finished off working out in the gym, and as you guys can see, a much needed attribute upgrade. We can slowly start getting those as well to make our character even better. And if you take a look at our phone, read what our coach is saying, I'll just summarize it for you guys. Basically, the coach was just saying he's noticing how much work that we're putting in, and he's appreciating it, and it's going to result in a lot more minutes that we see in each game, which is definitely pretty good for us. Now, game number 2 of this episode, we are going to face off against the Washington Wizards, and do you guys see this? They have an 0-6 start to the season. Like, what? Who do they have on their team? What is happening? There's got to be someone injured or something, because I'm sure, as you guys know, in real life, the Wizards are actually killing it right now. Like, I'm pretty sure, aren't they number 2 currently in the conference or something like that? I'm not sure, but as we jump into this game, we are at the end of the first quarter, as you guys can tell, and as we come into this game, wide open in the corner, I pulled up for the 3. I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous pulling up for 3s with this guy, because I just feel like I'm going to miss it every single time, because my guy is just not very good when he's shooting the 3. But that was our first shot of the game that we did make, and as you can see, late into the second quarter now, things just weren't really going our ways. We tried feeding the assist to Olenek. He's got butterfingers and can't hold onto the ball. And then as I try to go for a layup against John Wall, that gets shut down, and he's got good defense on me. So things aren't really going so well for us. It was definitely a pretty big defensive half, as we did have the lead at least 39-35. But I'm not going to lie, dude. I had so much trouble guarding John Wall. Like, this just wasn't fair. Like, they should have just had Isaiah Thomas in for the most of this game, because isn't John Wall like the fastest player in the NBA? If he's not the fastest, I know he's up there with like top 2 or 3. So me trying to guard him, a little 73 overall, it just wasn't working out for us. So as you can see, the next time that we did check into this game was at the end of the fourth quarter, and I was trying to make a comeback. As you saw, I did feed the assist to Justice Young there, which puts us down by only 4 points. So as we try to, make something happen, get some more points going for us, we get the foul. Okay, looks like we got our first badge here finally. That's not really a badge we can do with anything of upgrading or anything, which does suck. But we got Spark Plug. I'm not going to lie, I'm not exactly sure which Spark Plug does. I'm pretty sure it's something about being offensive, but we actually make both of our free throws. So obviously them team practices might be helping out a little bit. And we couldn't stop the Wizards on offense, as they did score in that next possession, which let us, have another 4-point lead. And then as we tried getting something going on offense, Al Horford again, another case of the butterfingers on our team. He can't hold onto the ball, turns it over, and the Wizards scored on that next possession, which putting them up 6 points, there wasn't enough time to come back. So in the second game here against the winless Wizards, we end up taking the L, losing 86-79.
High effort, high energy. They sharpen their elbows for this one. It's an inside battle.
Yes.
So a 1-1 record in this episode. Definitely a pretty rough game that we just had against the Wizards. I mean, we really couldn't do anything. The whole team was failing and was falling apart, I should say, towards the end of that game, especially as we just couldn't, finish things out and make that last-second comeback. But our third and final game is going to be another home one against the New York Knicks. And we need to start getting things going again. We need to score a little bit more points. I think what do we have, like 10 or 11 points in that last game? And that's not really going to cut it. We definitely, as the point guard, need to start scoring a little bit more points and doing some plays like this, getting some steals, feeding Justice Young. He goes up, makes a shot, gets the and one, is going to go to the line. As you can see, after that, we're going to be up by 10 points on these guys, 29-19. Jumping forward, the next time that we got to see the court in this game was at the very end of the second quarter, right before halftime. We still do have a lead on these guys by 8 points, and with 3.9 seconds left, look at this ball movement down the court. Avery Bradley is able to get the very last second shot. Like I said, look at that ball movement, dude. For us to get the ball all the way down the court in 3.9 seconds, get the shot off, which did put us back up by another 10 points. And as we come back in, end of the third quarter, about 3.5 minutes left, we draw the blocking foul. We're going to go ahead to the free throw line, and looks like things are getting a little bit better. Again, we make both of our free throws. I'm glad that we're starting to finally make our free throws, man. Those are just gimmies, easy points for us to make. And yet again, we're not really having the best scoring outlet in this game. But from the corner, we splash the three. That one was definitely a lot prettier than the one that we had in the previous game. And I really can't be taking too many of those, man. Like, I definitely get nervous when I'm about to shoot a three because my guy's shooting stats, as you know, really isn't the best. I get blocked a lot. And just all in all, I don't really have a lot of finishes, unlike right here where we actually get a pretty nice one to go for us. So I'm only shooting threes when I'm butt naked, and I know for sure I got a good chance to make this three. But at the end of the fourth quarter, you guys can see 36 seconds left. The lead was just way too big for us against the Knicks. There was no chance of them coming back in this game. We held the lead on them the entire time during this game. We finished things off with 11 points. Again, not too great of scoring for us, but hey, that was a division game. That was definitely a big one that we needed to win, and we definitely came out there and showed up, and that was a much-needed win because, as you guys know, we aren't currently at the top of our division, but playing a team that is in our division as the Knicks is going to help us out big time. So we got the win by 20, 106-86 against the Knicks. 2-1 in this episode. I think that was definitely pretty successful. Now, as we go back and look at our minutes, I'm kind of confused here. Like, we went up in minutes from 18 to 21 from the beginning to the end of this episode. However, we went down in the depth chart to number 8. We were 7, so I don't really know how to think that. And, like, we went up in minutes but went down. I don't know. I guess we'll see how we continue to play. But like I said, that was definitely a much-needed win because now we are tied with the Knicks at a 4-4 record, and the Raptors are still above us, leading this division at a 6-2 record. But that is going to wrap up this one, you guys. I hope you all did enjoy. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.